like that. Um, I've been swing trade. I've been day trading for 4 years now. 4 years just passed in July, late July, August, pretty much since 2020. Didn't start making money until 2023. At the beginning of that year in the spring, had a couple setbacks. Bet all my money. Um, and now I'm in the, have a child, I have a family. So now I'm in that rebuilding stage. Smarter, made the mistakes early on. Smarter, and I'm just looking to run it up. But first, I always get a lot of questions in public when I'm doing my stuff. Or I get questions here and there, I should say. What is that? What are you doing? Whoop de woo. So here we are. Here is that. This is my official answer to everyone, a beginner's guide on technical analysis. I'm going to try and keep it as simple as possible because there is so much jargon, so many key terms. Like, I don't want this to be like a college class where it's just me talking and showing you stuff, and this video ends up being 2 hours long because it's a lot of shit to cover. No bullshit. I'm not lying. I have notebooks that are loaded with notes and notes and notes. So I'm gonna try and keep it as simple as possible. I might get sidetracked here and there and start getting into more advanced things, and I'll probably snap out of it and then just try and go back to keep it simple. But with this first intro video, I'm just gonna show y'all the website. If you have a laptop, a computer, there's a they have an app in the App Store, TradingView. You don't need to buy it's a subscription, but there's a free version. You'll start off free, and then as we get more into it, I'll just explain it right now. Actually, you won't really need um, to get a membership. It's like 15-20 bucks a month, pretty much a Netflix membership. So you could just access a few features, but you only need those features if you're looking to really, take this a little bit more serious. Um, Take this a little bit more serious and like really look into trading or investing long term for real and do it yourself versus having like financial advisor and stuff like most people or some people do, I guess. Um, so my goal, yeah, is just to have you understand what is this, what is going on, what does this mean? Is this bad that is going down? Is this good? Like, what is going on? So that's my whole goal. Um, I'll keep it simple. Well, no, I'm just gonna stick to this because I know foreign exchange, but I'll show you how it works across all markets. Everything's pretty much the same. Um, I'm gonna try my best to keep it simple, like I said. Um, and yeah, let's just get into it. So, TradingView.com. If you have your laptop, an iPad, whatever, boot that up or open a new tab if you're on your computer or laptop. TradingView.com. So that last screen was the home page. That's what you should see. So then let me go back to the home page. Actually, we'll start slow. Homepage today is Black Friday, 10 o'clock, Friday, November 29th, 2024. Hopefully this releases, hopefully I've done this whole thing and I feel like it's good enough to be released. Maybe, I don't want to put a date on it just because, I like to have things at a high standard, and I don't want to say a date and then not drop it and then, you know. But I guess, I'm not really gonna like promote this at all until like it's pretty much done. So hopefully January, February, sometime early next year, I'm coming up so everyone can get started and just use these videos to take off and learn and use the year to really just gain some knowledge in a new field. You know, it's not as difficult as it looks. It just you got to put the time in like anything else, and you'll catch on pretty quick. So yeah, so I'm already logged in, but it should be about the same. Main page, S&P 500, the Nasdaq, Dow Jones, Japan, more markets, stocks, ETFs, crypto. So this is the line chart right here, just showing you like the overall trend of the day. As you can see, 11 a.m., 12 a.m., whatever. Um, so I don't really use any of these other tabs. You really don't need them. I don't use any of this stuff. The only thing you need to use is super charts. Yeah, super charts, and then we got brokers and stuff, but that's again way advanced and it's not important. Click on super charts. Your chart's gonna look a little different. It's gonna put you in the basic setup or the traditional, just like generic setup. It'll show green and red candles. It'll show green and red bars down here for volume. Let me see. I could probably open up a new one. And oops, I could probably open up a new one. Let me see. Create new layout. Test. Open a new tab now. Test. All right, and this is what yours should look like right here. Yep. So, and it'll probably open you up to Apple. So we'll just go to Apple. So you can just start type. So this is a pretty cool way to start. So if you're on here, whatever you want to look at, the price of Bitcoin, Apple, Tesla, corn, cows, freaking, if it can be sold, if there's a market for it, you could click this button over here in the search bar, or you could just start typing on your keyboard. So Apple, and then it'll find the company name, and then here's the ticker. Ticker is like the nickname or abbreviated version of it. Ticker, it'll move to the top left, Apple Incorporated, AAPL. And this is what your chart should look like. I'm on the weekly time frame. Yours might be the daily or something. So I'll go with that too. Up here, I have it already set up, but yours will probably have like one of these. One time frame. It'll probably just show 1D or something, and then you hit this little drop down, and you have days, hours, minutes, all that. Again, I trade, so I have mine already set up, but that's okay. Just follow along, no worries. So I'm on a weekly time frame. So what that means is every single candle you see here, green, green, every single candle, if you look down at the same time down here as the crosshairs on it, it'll show the day. So Monday, August 5th, 2024, move one to the right. Monday, August 12th, Monday, August 26th. So again, weekly time frame. I think it's a daily. Weekly time frame. Each candle represents 1 week, Monday through Friday. Okay. Boom. So that's the time frame. Next up, we have again another drop down. It'll probably just show like one of these. It'll probably just show one of these. These are just different ways to look at the market as well. So you got our traditional. This is what we're going to be focusing on: Japanese candlesticks. Next, we have traditional line chart. These open bar things, and yada yada. We're going to stick with Japanese candlesticks. This is how you read the price action, right? Indicators. These are the lines that you see that when you just happen to see in an ad or CNN, like Bloomberg or whatever, Yahoo Finance, any type of, when they're showing, and they show someone who's like a trader or something talking, usually their screen's on in the background, it might look crazy looking, and it might have like lines like this, like maybe like 10 of them. It might just look so crazy. These are just indicators. Pretty much follow the price. They have a lag, like to say, because they print themselves based on price happening in real time. So this right here is an indicator. This is volume. So how many buy orders are in the market? As you can see, this is a fairly large buy candle. You have buys. All right, terminology. Buys. Forget the cameras up here. We have buys and longs. Same thing, two different words. You could buy and sell, and then the proper term is long and then short. In options, it's call and put, but we're going to stick to buy and sell or long and short. Going long, going short. So we're going to be reading these Japanese candlesticks. Indicators. I personally don't use any indicators. I just like to read the candlesticks, patterns, and then break it down from there. Same thing, indicator template, I guess you could have your own saved stuff. Alerts. This is part of the features. This is part of the benefit of having a plan. So you see I have all my alerts here for my Forex pairs. And when you buy it, when you have I have the, again, like the $20 membership. Um, it gives me like up to 20 or 30 or something, which is solid. And it gives you more access to other shit, but I really just need it for the alerts and this replay mode that I'll press. So replay mode, if you're trading or you want to just test out a strategy that you're watching on YouTube, or you want to just just play around and go back in time, you press on replay. My mouse is lagging for some reason. That's weird. I don't know why my mouse is lagging. That's really tripping me out. I'll just use the key. You can go back to, let's say, 2023 and then hit click, and now in real time we are in 2023, or about January 3rd 2023. Then right down here you're gonna press, oh, this might be in the way. Right down here we're gonna press, you could press play and it'll play it for you, so you can go along and see how the thing, how price is playing out, as it did. There's a speed control here, so I have it on 10. You can put it on 1 and it'll go a little slower. Boom, boom, boom. That's how it's creating everything. Or you could just do candle by candle by pressing the forward. You can just do it yourself. Click, 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 click. So this is useful for your testing out strategies. I do this every, like, once in a while, once a week maybe. When I was first learning how to trade, I was doing this all the time. Drawing out my lines and trying to make things make sense. I don't like that this is lagging right now. I might have to go over to Safari, but oh, it's good now. That was weird. Let me get out of this. Okay, go back to real time. But yeah, use that tool just to replay price, test out your strategy, see if you act as if it's real time and figure it out. Undo button. Your screen, so you could have Apple on one side, press on number 2, and then you could have Apple on the other, or on a different time frame, or you could put Tesla in here. Let's say this is like, yeah, put Tesla Incorporated. So you have Tesla on one side, Apple on the other, if you're just comparing or something. And then it just gives you different options. We could put it one on top, one on the bottom. You could have multiple like this. Okay, so I have like the first tier membership, and the other ones. So you have the essential plan, it gives me 2 screens. Plus plan gives you 4. I don't really need that many. I don't need many at all, honestly. I could just use one. You could have multiple tabs open with different stuff that you need, or you could just have your watch list, and which we'll get into also. You just have, my watch list is all messed up. Oh, it's because I'm not on my usual thing. But you can just have your watch list and just click through. Okay, what else is important? You could save your chart here. You could title it something. But alright, cool. Left side is the toolbar. We're gonna be clicking from here. I'm gonna try to click from there. This is the favorite, so you could, star your favorite tools that you usually will use, and so you could do that. We're gonna be using like a few, like only a couple, so it's all right. Yeah, pretty much your toolbar, your text box, square, rectangle, long, position. This all just gives you visuals on what you're doing, because you'll pretty much, if you're trading, you'll be copying it over to a brokerage. Alright. Cool. So, for the chart, we're going to right click on the volume, remove, get this shit out of there. We don't need any of these things. You guys might have the earnings and stuff for the stock that it shows. You go to settings for it, go to canvas, because this is our canvas. Oh, sorry, I lied. Go to events, lower down. So splits, earnings, dividends. See how they pop up. So it's what yours looks like. So just unclick these again. Unclick them, and then you can unclick all these too. Don't need any of that. We just need a clean chart so we could, paint the picture and see what the price is telling us. I'm going to load into my, actually let me show you this first. Red and green sticks. You can change the color of these if you choose to. If you'd like to, just go to symbol and then green. So we have buying and selling candles, green body inside of it. The borders is what's around it, the border of the candle, and then the wick on top and the bottom. It's all green, all red. You can mix and match and change them up how you like it. I'm going to switch over to mine now. And mine's like blue and black. And we'll get started from there. Okay, cool. This is what my chart looks like. Alright. So cool. You don't have to follow along with the symbol. You can just watch here. So, alright. So, boom. That was TradingView breakdown. That's just pretty much the gist of it. Again, I'm trying to keep it as simple as possible with only what you need to know. So bear with me. My mind's going 1,000 miles an hour. And so I'm trying to like pump the brakes as I'm saying stuff so I don't get anyone confused. So again, time frames up top, we are on the weekly. Each candlestick represents 1 week. So we're going to get into identifying the trend. So let me write this down. I'm going to write this up here. So when you're looking at a chart, you want to know a few things. One, market direction. And I'm doing this off the top of my head, guys. Again, I didn't like script this out. I originally tried to like a couple weeks ago, but I ended up getting like the paralysis of information. I'm like reading off like from my books, trying to copy it down, and I was like typing a bunch of stuff, and it was just a lot. And I'm not trying to have people fall asleep doing this. It's a little tedious. I'm not gonna lie. So get your coffees and stuff, but again, I'm going to keep it as simple as possible. So you have market direction. The market can only move in 3 ways. All right? The market can only move in 3 ways. Market can go up. Market can go down. And it can go sideways. Market direction. 2. Up, down, sideways. Market direction, and the market direction is also called the trend. So I'll just type that in too, market direction / the trend. So it could be an uptrend, downtrend. And sideways would be called consolidation. Or accumulation. A bunch of different words, but up, down, sideways. Second, market direction, candlesticks. Candlestick. Okay, we have the open, the high, the low, and close. Open, high, the low, and close. Open, high, low, and close. I'm going to zoom in right here. Okay. You can, so I'm like scrolling in and out. You can move this all to the side how you want. Pinch this. I'm double clicking, and it will just like put the chart on auto mode, which is just A. That way, as you scroll, it'll kind of like zoom into where you are, and then you can mess around with it from there and like get it how you like it. All right, so auto click. So open, high, low, close. What is that? Let me zoom all the way in so we can get all up in this. Pause. Here we go. Open, high, low, close. So we're focusing on this blue candle here. All right, so this right here is the open. So you know what? Hold on. All right, we're gonna focus on this candle. Let me draw this right here. We're gonna focus on this candle right here. Okay, and let me get the brush out. All right, so the open of this candle would be, it's a buying candle, it's a blue candle, so it's a buying candle, right? The open is going to be right here. How do I want to do this? How do I want to do this? I probably chose the wrong candle. Sorry, bear with me. I want this to be as simple as possible again. We're going to use this candle right here. It'll be a little bit easier to follow along. Focusing on this candle right here. So we have the open. Here's my brush. Open is right here. This is the open. This white line right, or white line. This this piece right here. All right. This is the candle open. This is a blue candle. It is a buying candle. This right here is the open. This horizontal bottom of the candle going across. This is the body of the candle. The top is the wick and the wick. Oh, you know what's messing me up right now? It's because I have the crosshairs. Let me do an arrow. Cool. So, wick at the bottom. It's literally like a candle, like a traditional candle that you light. It's a body and has wicks. A wick on top, wick on the bottom, or just a wick on top for real life, whatever. You get the gist. So the open is right here. I'm going to put this little line right there. Title it open. Open. Move it down. Open right there. Okay. Alright, whatever. Opens right here. What else we got? What do we have written? Open, high, low, close, right? So the high. So you have the open, and then we have the high of the candle. High is going to be the top of the wick, right? Put a little mark right there. I'm going to write on this here. High. Next we have the low. So you can guess that the low is the bottom of this wick right here. Low. And then next we have the close. Close is where this candle closed. It's going to be the top close of the body. Top portion of the body. Close. Okay. Open, high, low, and close. So price is going down. This candle, oh, you know what? Perfect. This is a selling candle. So the open of a selling candle is going to be the opposite because it's the opposite direction. So this candle opened here. So if you look left, this is the close of the previous candle, right? Because you can't have an open then an open. This one closed. This time frame finished on the week. The next week started, and this one opened at this price point to the right. Okay, so this open is right here. Let me change the color of this one. I'll make it red. No, I can't make it red. I'll make it green. So we have here the close, excuse me. Green is close. This is the close. I'm not going to use that because it'll get really messy. I'm just going to use this so you guys can follow. Close is here. Maybe zoom out a little bit. Close is here. This is the low because it's going lower. It's the wick. Bottom of the wick, it's the low. And then the high of this week, or the high of this candle, or the week, would be up here at 1.28. 1.28 something. Now, I just want to break this down. This is just fundamentals. Open, high, low, close. If you were to keep it going up this way, this candle closed here. The next one's going to open at where it closed. Same price. If we go to the top left right here, OHLC, open, high, low, close, it'll show you on the candles that you're hovering on. So I'm going to go back to the cross, and I'm going to choose this candle that we drew on. So I'm hovering on it, and I'll look over right here, and it'll give you the exact price points of everything. So the open, the O, 1.27536. If you look down here, the open, this price right here, delete it, and it'll be 1.27, just about, let me see, 1.27547 if we're looking right over here. 1.2547536. You know, so you could always just use that to gauge it. But again, this is just I'm trying to keep it as simple as possible, but you do have to understand this open, high, low, close. So when people say, when you go on Yahoo or again on the news or whatever, and they say, oh, the NASDAQ opened at a high today, or gold at an all-time high, or it's down 50% on the day, stuff like that. It opened, you know, open, high, low, close. Cool. Okay. Quick little terminology for that. So that's the candlesticks. That's how candlesticks operate. Open, high, low, and close. So we have, let me zoom out. You can right click also. You can right click anywhere on the page and reset chart view. You can use Command R also. Reset chart view. Open, high, low, close. What else? What else? What else? What else do you need to know? Market direction, open, high, low, close. I think we can just work with. I think we can just focus on this one. Honestly, we'll just focus on market direction. I just wanted to break this down real quick, but this is probably the most important in terms of in terms of being able to read what's going on. So let's identify the trend here. Let's just focus on. Let me go to. Let me go to like. Let's go to Bitcoin. How about that? Actually, nah. Let's go to Apple. All right. This is Apple on the weekly. Let me see. Should we go daily? Yeah, we'll go on the weekly. All right. So if we're looking at this, let me mark this up here. So this is 2023. January 3rd, 2023 is this week right there. Let me mark off 2022. We're just gonna focus on January 3rd, 2022, and then 2024. And we're just gonna focus on up to now, 2025, January 6th. Okay, so we're just focusing on these years, right? We are here now, today, we are here, and this was the previous years. So again, the market direction, I'm gonna write it down again. Market direction, open, I'm bugging, uptrend, downtrend, sideways, uptrend, oh sorry, uptrend, downtrend, range. Range means sideways or consolidating. Alright, so uptrend, downtrend, range. I'll throw this down here to throw it up here. Uptrend, downtrend, range, alright? So if we're looking at this, if we're looking at 2022, we're looking down here, what are we going to say this is? We're going to say it's a downtrend, alright? What consists of a downtrend? Here we go. So now what consists of a downtrend? Downtrend, lower highs and lower lows. I'm going to abbreviate it. This will help. I'm abbreviating it because you'll see. Maybe if you're watching any other things on YouTube, people might just have like, you know, LH right here, LL there. That's just what that means. So downtrend. Let me make this. Is this text wrapped already? Cool. All right. So downtrend, lower highs and lower lows. So let me zoom in a little bit. So we have, and this isn't the candlestick highs and lows. I want to point out. So we have here the trend line here. Okay, so we have a previous uptrend. Okay, and then we have a move downward. We have a move down, and then we have, this would be a low. Okay, and then we have a high. All right, and then we have another low, and then we have another high. Should I go on the daily? No, let's stick to the week. Okay. Okay, so here we go. This low is lower than this low. It's that simple, but at first it's a little like tricky. You're like, what? This low is lower than this low. Lower low. This high of the move is lower than this high. Even though it's by a little bit, it's lower than this high. So this is the lower high of this one and the lower low of this low. This right here is a downtrend. We are in a downtrend. So if we were to continue, we have a lower low right there. And why did this copy that? And then we have a lower high right here. This is very small. Sometimes this can happen. This is a little advanced now. This, why isn't this a lower low? Sometimes you have to look at it from a macro scale, I want to say. A bigger picture. Sometimes things can happen right here where this could have just been moving sideways, as we can see off the wicks. Or even though this low was higher than this low, because the high was lower than this lower high, we're still in a downtrend until the moves would correct. And I'll get into that as we continue going. So we're in a downtrend here. If we were to go to a lower time frame, or if let me change it to here, you can see low, boom, 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 boom. I'll look at the major reversal points. Boom, 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 boom. These are minor, big, like that. So next we have the lower low, the next lower low, lower than this low, and then out of nowhere we have this high up here, right? All right. So we're just going off direction. So we're in a downtrend here. Lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, or sorry, lower low. We're just going to stick to this, right? So this is a downtrend. Now right here is where an uptrend begins. So we have the lower low, so we're like, okay, so through all of this, you're looking to sell. I'm saying this in trading terms, but I'm trying to, let's look at it from, you're just looking at where to put your money in for Apple. Because this is Apple, we're going to do it like that. Where should we invest our money? What is the right time? Where is the low? Where people say buy low, sell high, where is that low? So we're identifying the trend of the market. We're looking at this, we're like, okay, so we got clearly highs and lows here, as you can see. Now this is weekly, by the way. So we're looking at this at the beginning of January. We're watching it. We're still gathering data. All this doesn't exist. So pretend this doesn't exist, because then if I start trying to explain all that, it'll be a long video. So none of that stuff exists on the side. So it's the beginning of the year. We're watching. and we see this, and we see this. We're like, okay, price went from, price is at, if we look to the right, if we look all the way to the right, $130. Price is around this $130 mark. And this is in June. If we look at the bottom, I know my camera box is in the way, but we're in June, Jun. And weeks go by, because again, we're just investors. We just want to put our money in on E-Trade or our app. When it's a good time, you don't want to just dump our 50, 100, 200, 2,000, whatever the amount is. We just want to throw it in there. That's how people get burnt. You just throw your money in there, because if you throw your money in, what if you threw your money in right here? You put your money in at $170, so everyone's saying it's going to go higher, not realizing it's a lower low, a lower high, a lower high. You know what? I should have done this when I was doing this. I should have abbreviated these. Bear with me, guys. It's the first video. I'm going to use this, update it. I'm going to review it, update it, edit it, and then I'll just make it better as the series progresses. But this is very important. LL right here. Alright, let me turn off the text right. That's why it's bugging. Actually, I can just copy it. Okay, I'll take this one out. Actually, we're not even gonna study that. Major reversal points when the price moves. All right, so we're at a lower high here, and then when we go back to candlesticks, I'll show you how you would anticipate this type of thing happening. Doesn't happen all the time, but you can anticipate it by reading the type of way the candlesticks looks, right? So what if someone told you to buy here? Moving to the side. And it's freaking, what's it said down there? March 28th. So it's the start of the new week going into April. You decided to buy a bunch of shares at $180 a pop. And you decide to not look at it, right? Or you check it week after week. 1 week goes by, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4. Now we're just in a landslide. We're in a landslide. And now everything the Apple stock you bought at 180 is now worth $130. Okay, so you put your money in here. It's a little measuring tool on the side. So we're down 25%. So you put $100 in, or you put $180 minus 25%. Let's just say $100. So keep it simple again. Now that's worth $75. Now it's not that bad, but it's bad when it's like a complete landslide and the markets dump and everyone panics and shit gets real. That's when you're gonna be pissed, right? Put your money in at a high and shit go. Well, we could go to Bitcoin and keep it a buck. So now that $100 that you put in March, months later it's June and you only have $75 now. You're like, what the hell? You would be able to avoid that from happening by being able to distinguish what direction the market is in at the moment, right? So the year's starting off in a downtrend. Okay. So now, if you put your money in here, let me draw this out here. Let me, what I did. Lower high. Yeah, whatever. Never mind. Lower high. We put our money in up here. Actually, I'll do it like this. Boom, boom. Here's back to black. No, not that. Mine's racing. We put our money in at $180. Market's down here 6 months later. But now that you can understand the direction of the market, now it opens up weekly. And mind you, we have all these earnings and stuff, so you would be on Twitter on the news sites, not the news sites, certain sites that give you accurate information. Don't want to just say any news site, but like if you're on Bloomberg or like Yahoo Finance, stuff like that, you're following along with Apple. What did they just release? Did they just release the new iPhone 16? Is there a new update? Do they have a lawsuit? Things like that will move their stock price, right? Did someone get appointed? Did a new CEO get appointed? Things like that. So you're following along and price rallies a bit. Maybe earnings came out as expected. Shareholders and stuff got paid pretty well, or they got paid to the target that was set. Price is going to rally a little bit. So now you're like, okay, cool. Now price is rallying to 173. Now, mind you, we're investing long term, so we already bought in over here. So whenever you buy into a stock or something, don't even trip. You don't take the L unless you take your money out. That's when you realize the loss. That's realize. If it's just floating out in the ether of the financial sea, it's fine. You just let it fluctuate, do its thing. But just leave it. Just leave it. Unless you can get in at a better price, and we'll talk about that way down the line. Now, there's two options when we're at this point. Now we're in August. We put our money in at 180 bucks in April. Let's say April 1st, April Fools. It's August now. A couple months went by. Now price is at 175 bucks. Now, this is crucial here. You can either continue to hold that $100 because now you're near that price. If you were to take your money out, come out at a small loss. Let's say it's $5 difference, so you'll be able to withdraw 95 bucks. Let's just say 909. It's late, guys. I'm sorry. Sleep is crazy right now, baby. $95. This is what you can do. You can withdraw your money. You can realize the $5 loss and say, I'm going to wait till price hopefully creates a new lower low. Oops. Price creates a new lower low at some point in the future where I can put my money in at a lower price, 130 bucks, 140 bucks, 125 bucks, and then catch the ride up now for more of a profit on my money versus coming in at a seemingly high price. You go through all these months of drawdown essentially, or being in the red, waiting another year to just be up $20 on your, or 20% or whatever it is on your money. So you can avoid all this annoyingness, all this brutal, by waiting for a new low. Alright, so let's say we're moving in real time. You know what, let me hit the replay mode. Nah, I'm getting too in depth with this. I'm gonna leave it at that. That's just an example. Alright, so now we have a lower low. Now this is where we turn into an uptrend, right? It's called a change. There's two terms for this. Downtrend, uptrend, solid sideways, and then I'm gonna type here break of structure. Another term for this would be a change of character. It'd be break of structure, BOS. Change of character would be CHOCH, something like that. Something like that. It would be break of structure. So what is a break of structure? So again, a downtrend is a lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. So we have the lower low here. So we're looking for a lower high. So we're looking for price to pretty much go from here, go anywhere below this point, and then do this, and do this, and then do this, and continue on down as long as it's lower than this low, right? Come up here, continue down. What happened was now, oops. What happened was price did this and it broke above this lower high point. It broke above this lower high point. So at that point, this is now a higher high. This high is higher than this high, right? So I'm going to type this in right here. HH. Higher high. So this high is higher than the previous high. Simple. This high is higher than this high. Higher high. Now when this happens, you're like, oh crap. Price was at, this highest price was, looking at the top left now. My crosshair is on this candle. It's the highest point. I'm going to look at the H up here. Price was at $176.15. Price broke above going into June, and it created a high point. A high point when it stops, it kind of starts losing its gas and starts to shift a little bit. The highest point over here, again looking at the top left, $198. So we are higher than the last high. About a year later. Okay, cool. We're in bullish territory. It looks like now this can happen, and price can do this. It's a little advanced, but I just want to put this out there, let y'all know. You can get this happen. You can have this happen, and then price can do this again and continue back down. This was kind of what I wanted to explain right here, but I didn't want to get it lost in all that. But so sometimes that can happen. As we get deeper into this, I'll be able to. There'll be examples that I can show. But lower low, higher high. Now what's this right here? A higher low. Price stopped. We went up, made a higher high. We stopped here. This part is higher than this last low. Major low. Swing highs. These are swing highs or swing lows. Swing points where price just bounces, and you can see if you look at it like look at it like a pinball and a floor and a ceiling, right? Price is just boom, 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 boom. So right here we have a higher low. Now here, this is pretty much the same exact high. So you wouldn't really, let me see, 199, 198. Oh, technically this high was higher than this high. Technically by like a few dollars. Again, looking at the top left right here, top left, highest point on this candle. Looking at the top left, $199.62. That's where this high, this wick, let me zoom in a little bit. That's where this wick goes right here. $199 was the highest point this reached. What was it this year? What was it at this point? $198. So technically, this is a higher high. I'll put this one there. I'll put this one a little bit higher up. Higher high. Now, this was kind of what I was just referring to. This low is lower than this low. But there's something called retracements. This is crazy. I feel like a mad scientist dropping these new terms on y'all. I'm trying to keep it as simple as possible, but this is actually kind of nuts. Uptrend, higher low, higher high. This one's lower. This one's lower, just flat out. This one's lower, but like I said, price can still do that, and then shoot up and keep going higher. That's just what it is. It happens. But traditionally, this would be a higher high. I'm just write it just for the example because we don't want to get in depth to this. I'm just showing you market direction. Higher high. Sorry. Higher low. Market direction. Okay. So you just want to be able to identify when price is doing its thing. Higher high, higher low. Once price is breaking over here, within these weeks, you're like, okay, price is moving higher. We're probably going to create a higher high. You're going to wait for price to, bottom out at some point. And I'll get into that point of how you can, see when price might bottom out and draw that. But just for layman's term, higher high, higher low. We're in a bull market now. Or we're in an uptrend or a bullish trend, right? We went from a low point to a high point. It broke the previous high. The low is above the previous low. We are now bullish. We are now in an uptrend. All right? And we keep it going. Next example is going to be a range, right? Let's see if I could find a range for us here. On Apple, let's check Tesla out. Does Tesla have a range for us? A range is when, oh wow, it's ranging right now. Look at that. Perfect. So let me draw out our years here. 2022, January 3rd. 2023, January 3rd. 2024, January 2nd. And 2025. Why not? January 6th. Okay, we have a range. We do have a range right here. Our range is pretty much, when price is just in between the same price points. It's not making higher highs and higher lows. It's kind of just sporadic. Like this right here would be a range, actually. All this right here, when Tesla was back in these couple of years, from 2018, from 2018 to about 2019, the price was moving sideways. I'm going to take this rectangle and draw a box. Price was pretty much, it's coming out of it a little bit, but it's pretty much not making any higher lows and higher highs. So we go from, this to just like map sideways, map. Like, it's just getting ugly. So all this in here is a range. It's just moving side to side, equal highs, equal lows, I guess you could say. Nothing major. Prices just bouncing and bouncing and bouncing, not doing much. When that's happening, usually there's a cause for it fundamentally. One of the causes would be there's nothing going on. It's just been quiet. Elon's not tweeting anything. There hasn't been no updates on what they're working on, nothing like that. It's kind of just chill mode. Nothing's really happening. Another instance of why a company's price might be ranging. Two conflicting things could have happened. Something good could have happened, like that was announced, and something bad could have happened like a week later or a month later that wasn't announced. Like, so let's say a factory blows up, that'll drive price down. But then let's say a Tesla factory, goes down, and then a month later, Bezos from Amazon pledges that he'll donate 100 million to Elon to fix the thing. Stuff like that will just make it nerd. It will make it do stuff like that. And the market's trying to just like price that in, like, okay, this is great, so should we buy, should we sell, like, what's going on? The bad thing happened first, so should we like sell this thing and stuff like that. That was market direction for ranges. We went over candles. I'm gonna edit this video and end it there. I'm gonna review this and see how it looks.